What is up, guys? How's it going? My name's Aram Joseph. Thank you guys for checking out the channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I recycle an Apple MacBook Pro, how I retain all the valuable pieces from within. Oh, sorry for the noise. I'm gonna show you how I recycle the valuable pieces from within, repurpose them, test them, and whatever is like left out in terms of the casing, the commodity value stuff will be recycled as such, as commodity value pieces like the aluminum. So if you're interested in that, stick around, check out the video. See you guys there. So in this video, we're gonna be recycling an Apple 13-inch MacBook Pro. It's a A1278 model. So the first thing I do when I get items like this, as you've seen in my previous videos, I go ahead and connect the power and I test what items work, what items don't. That way I know what to go after as far as to refurbish and resell online, and you know, whatever items can be salvaged for their commodity value. So let's connect the power, let's see what happens. We got a green light. Okay. See if it turns on, and it does turn on. Alright, we got a chime. Let's do a reset. Now the orange light is on for the charger, meaning that you know, the battery is charging and the battery is recognized. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect my external hard drive. It already has all of my main operating systems on it. That way I can go ahead and see what's the model on this, what it recognizes within the system, and then from there we can see what we're gonna go after. Alright, let's go into Lion. So another major thing that I want you guys to recognize by what I'm doing over here is that sometimes if all the pieces are working, you know, there's no purpose for me to part things out. I'll just refurbish the unit as is, and you know, I'll find a new owner for it, because it's a shame that everything is already set, everything has been assembled by Apple. Why should I take it apart, you know, when it's in its factory setting? So it boots in fine. 2.4 core 2 duo, 4 gigs RAM, and the hard drive is a 250 gigabyte conventional hard drive. So the first thing we do is we just do what I call to be a soft reset. I go to disk utilities and I just erase it. So that finished its formatting. I'm gonna insert a CD to see if the CD works. I'm gonna check to see if the other USB works, and for the most part it looks like it's functioning fine. I have to tighten the hinge for the LCD because, see, without me touching it, it's slowly rolling back. As far as the battery says, I don't know if you can see it, the battery says replace soon. If I show percentage, it's still at 0, so that may be something that I'm going to be mindful of. Wi-Fi is picking up everything. Speaker's fine. Backlight. So with these models, the backlight is solely based on the camera. So because there's a light here, it's picking up a lot of light and it won't show anything on the backlight. So the little trick is you cover the camera, and now, see, the backlight is all of a sudden functioning, compared to before. If I take it off, it wasn't allowing me to change any setting. So for this video specifically, let me check out the backlight on this, and it's working properly. There's a little bit too much light for you to see, but it's functioning properly. Let me make sure the keys are fine. Alright, keys are fine. So in this specific sense, what I'll be doing is I'll just go ahead and install an operating system from what I have currently. So let me make sure that it is capable of taking the operating system I'm going to put on it. So this is a 2.4 core to duo, blah blah blah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put Lion on it. Alright, so the installation finished. Let's go ahead and cross our fingers, hope that it boots up normally. Hopefully the hard drive is functioning fine and it wrote properly. Come on. Give me an Apple logo. Anytime today. Drum roll. There we are. Alright. Okay, so that's good. It means the software properly installed onto the hard drive. It chimed, means that it did an initial system check properly. Everything went through. That's like a small sign, typically that things are functioning fine when it chimes up. So, and then since the Apple logo popped up, it found the source hard drive and it's booting up from it. Hopefully it boots up just fine from here on out, and then we'll go ahead and we'll test out the ports. And sure enough, the battery did charge to 23%. So as I was saying previously, throughout the installation I just kept it on charge and it charged at 23%. I believe it's still gonna say, let's cancel out of this. Running a little bit slower because internally it's a conventional hard drive and my external hard drive is a solid state. So let's delete that. Let's get out of that. Turn off the Wi-Fi. So I'm not sure if you could tell from here, it still says replace soon. So we'll go ahead and let's try the other USB port I didn't use before. No, it was this one. Just to make sure that USB port works fine. It should all pop up here. These files. Alright, perfect. So that works. Let's eject that. Eject all. Okay, now I'm gonna get a CD just to make sure CD drive works. Diablo 3. Perfect. Grabbed it. So just like the external drive, we want the pop-up over here, make sure it reads it properly. As you saw previously, I already tested out the keyboard, the backlight, the speakers. Ports are fine. Okay, as you can hear it spinning, and there you go. So that read. So sure enough, everything is functioning just fine. So in terms of this specific unit, this is one of those cases where the unit itself has just been outdated. I know for a fact you cannot update this specific model to the latest operating system that Apple currently offers to its users, so that's probably why it was recycled. So in terms of situations like this, I go ahead and I clean it up and I post it online for someone else to purchase it, because sometimes people don't upgrade to the latest software. Sometimes maybe they'll go to, if you're familiar with Apple, they go to, like, let's say Yosemite or Mavericks or El Capitan, and that works just fine for them. They're able to install their own Microsoft Word. All their programs run fine. The Safari works fine, Chrome will work fine, Firefox will work fine. So for their specific purposes, this laptop will still be a functioning laptop, and I will have done my job of reusing and repurposing a laptop and putting it back into the stream of commerce instead of it going and being shred to bits or going into a landfill. So I'm gonna go ahead, clean this up, and then I'll show you how I take pictures in the Lightbox. Let's turn that off and we'll get to that. Alright, So I just use regular alcohol. I spray it on a towel. I don't like spraying it ever on the computer because you don't want to get into the pieces, but I can do surface level cleaning. So I know it sounds rough the way I'm cleaning it, but it's actually I'm doing it mindfully because I don't want to flip one of these keys out. So I'm doing my fingers are at a certain angle where it doesn't dig into the keyboard. And this way it takes all of the grime that's currently on the laptop. Let's clean this. Okay. Check that out. Like almost brand new. Alright, now we clean the outside. Ooh, alright. Nice. So this is one of those units that's a little bit better taken care of as far as the body is concerned. As far as I can tell, there aren't any dings. These models are known to have, especially where the ports are, because these are aluminum cases, it will bend downwards, so you'll have a port that looks as if it's been, like it's crooked, it's been bent downwards or upwards just because it fell at a corner. Alright, pretty good. Now we just get corners. Now I'm going to take some pictures and I'll show you the before and after. And there you have it, guys. This is how I recycled, and in this specific case repurposed, an Apple MacBook Pro model A1278. It's a 13-inch Apple MacBook Pro. I believe it's a 2009 or 2010 because it's a Core 2 Duo model. I was able to test out all of the ports, test out the keyboard, check out the backlighting and all that stuff, test out the speakers. I erased the hard drive, and then I installed a brand new copy of Lion. It's a 10.7.5. The unit now functions fine. As you saw, I took pictures and you saw how clean I made it for whatever condition I got it in. These are used items, but it's better to repurpose and reuse items that can be reused. That way people end up buying more used items and less new items are made. You know, all of these items, as I've said in my previous videos, all of these items, these devices, you know, we upgrade our electronics so often, several times a year. When it comes to computers, it's a little bit less often. Sometimes it's once a year, sometimes it's twice a year, but still, when you're done with the old laptop, old computer, sure enough, I get customers that come in, they drop off their laptop or desktop that's been in their, you know, garage or in a closet for 5 years, 6 years, sometimes even 10 years. A desktop has been sitting in the garage, in the closet. These items all have valuable material and parts that are sitting within. You know, they shouldn't be sitting there. These items should be repurposed. They should go back into the stream of commerce, either as a whole piece that functions or commodity pieces like the aluminum, you know, in this specific case. And if this laptop had a broken screen, or if the trackpad was also broken, I would still be able to salvage the battery if it functioned, the motherboard, the hard drive, the RAM, the power supply, the MagSafe charger where the charger connects to, and other little bitty pieces, you know, like even the LCD cable, you know, I could have taken out from the back of the LCD. So at every stage, there are always items, there are always parts, components that could be reused. So I highly endorse you guys to recycle always any item that you have that is unused or is broken or is unwanted. Recycle with one of your local facilities, because you really are making a difference. So thank you again for checking the video out. I really appreciate it. If this type of content interests you, you know, subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. I really appreciate it. And keep a lookout for my next video. I'm shooting towards making about 3 videos a week, especially during this whole quarantine time. You know, my business is closed, my doors are closed, but I'm still working inside. I'm staying safe. You know, I'm wearing gloves, and I decided to put more content out. So once again, if you like the video, I appreciate it. If you share it with your friends, like it, and keep a lookout for my next video. Till then, guys, thank you.